This is proof. Marvel Legends Warbird. This is proof that Hasbro has learned, and they've learned that us toy collectors, we like it hard, and it's weird because I always thought these big companies, they're a bit retired, retarded. So all these changes are sure signs. I'll explain. Hey everybody, it's me Amir, also known as the Chicken Man. So
hey, from now on, we're gonna call Toy Snowman the Chicken Man. Isn't that what they called Gus on Breaking Bad? Yes, and I don't care. He is also the Chicken Man.
Here I am, I guess. Really? Chicken Man? Okay. We'll learn this one. Yeah, so we've all seen the news. I mean, at least for 2024, it's been posted everywhere. You see these articles saying, hey, adult collectors are now the most important population for toy collectors. And I don't know, for me, when I saw that article, I'm like, okay, whatever, this is obvious news. But then I thought about it a bit more because I started seeing companies change a bit, and I was like, holy crap, these companies really did think. I don't know, for me, my perspective, it's always been obvious that adult collectors are probably the bigger spenders in this thing. Because I always thought also companies knew that. These companies really think that it's like Timmy from preschool, with his allowance money is buying the $500 Galactus HasLab, or the super collector Ninja Turtles from SDC going for $150. I don't know what people are getting paid for allowances nowadays, but pretty sure these are adult collectors and not preschoolers. But I don't know, it seems like nowadays I'm looking at the way companies are changing some of the products. I think they're actually focusing on adults. And now, I mean, I'll explain, because I noticed certain things from my side of, I own a store, so I see things a bit different from, the regular person. And, well, it's simple things like the box. These boxes, so this is a box from Hasbro, and it held, I think, Marvel Legends Warbird. And the boxes are tougher, and you think, oh, whatever. No, you don't understand. Hasbro has given us usually paper boxes that are, they just bend on, a flick. While some of these new boxes, they even come with padding. And it's a bit hard, so it can survive the transport to my store, which is different, because usually they don't. They usually, I've got a box of 6, 5 of them are going to be dinged up, and the one in the very center somehow is going to be slightly less dinged. So it's great that they started making those boxes harder. And you can ask every toy store owner, there's a certain degree that certain companies give you way more protection when they're shipping you a box. And so this one is one change that I looked at, and then I noticed they for the mint and box collectors, they're here's a G.I. Joe. And there's a new one. Notice the difference. Flappy! Oh. Fuck. I bent it. Whatever, I'm not gonna sell this mint, I guess. What? But that's the point, this is hard. We collectors, we like it hard. Real hard. So I know. Whatever. But it's just, I think that these changes are all starting to happen because they are really realizing that adult collectors are a thing, and we're probably spending way more money. I mean, I'm surprised that they are actually only now companies are figuring out that a lot of the major collectors are adults, because price points for some of these things is $150. I'm not sure, your average child who's in preschool or all the way in high school even, they don't get that much of an allowance, so it's a bit hard to, spend it on action figures when you're an adult. You can spend your money however you want, and you earn an adult income, so you can afford, your luxuries. So I don't know, it's a bit weird that I'm seeing that. I feel like they really are adapting, because even the Marvel Legends line, these things are really hard compared to previous, the plastic, and they've also obviously learned that plastic good, man happy. We don't care if it's recycled or not. We want plastic. Even the wind is slightly hard, I just noticed. But yeah, harder boxes. And this is also prominent in Transformers, where there are so many Optimus Primes right now in the market. We just had 3 reruns, like the 38 Optimus, War for Cybertron, and even Power Prime. How old is this thing? Like, what does it say? When did they make this? 2017? 2017? That's 7 years? No. 17, what are we, 2024? 7 years ago? This is a 7-year-old mold, and they're rerunning it? This is also one of my favorite Optimus Primes. Anyway, like, okay, so like here, like you can see the new boxes. Like, look how flimsy this one is. You can hear the flimsiness. And then this one, silent-ish. So, like, yeah, there's definitely, and this is obviously like, it didn't come with a price increase, thank God, right? Like, we've had enough inflation. We don't charge me more for the cardboard. But this is definitely the difference between. So I really feel like they've understood that, hey, these collectors, you know, want a hard box. The hard box is gonna last longer. I was gonna say, but like, well, yes, hard box will last longer because it's harder. So it's not gonna like get moisture and get destroyed that easily. It's thicker, harder, faster. Okay, you get the point, guys.
Oh yeah.
And also, they also know now that like collectors want the reissues. Oh, by the way, Captain Rex, this thing has cost me so much grief. Like, they announced they're gonna rerun it. I mean, then we took pre-orders. Oh my god, I have like 2 videos on this whole Captain Rex shit. Like, we announced that we were gonna get it. Then I had a feeling that they were gonna cancel it. So I made a post that I was gonna cancel. I got canceled for saying that I was gonna get canceled. And then a few years later, we announced that we're getting it in again. And then they canceled me again because I wasn't supposed to, it was a leak. I'm sorry, I didn't know. The distributor said it was okay. Anyway, now it's finally here. So anyway, people really like this one. And Captain Rex is finally back in stock, and it's real. Not canceled, it's not CGI, I'm too poor. And also to locate it. So locations are happening like, by the way, that's like another tangent, but we are definitely in the season of reruns, exclusives, and pre-orders. Because if you're not pre-ordering right now, I know in the last 2 years, everybody's been playing the chicken game where like, I'll wait for it to go on clearance, and if it goes on clearance, win. If not, not. But right now, it's not more often.
Rabbit season, duck season.
Because quite a few of my pre-orders are sold out, and I don't have more coming in. Usually, I try to order more, but it's not working out that way because I ordered 400, and Hasbro or whatever gives me 100, and it's like, okay, well, now I need to put only for pre-orders like 50 or 60 because they're probably not going to fulfill my whole order request, and you know, we're going to be sold out on pre-orders. And if you ask me like later on is in stock, I'll be like, nope, we're sold out on pre-orders. And I think most of you are understanding that because I'm seeing my pre-orders go up, which is a good sign. But at the same time, I'm feeling bad because there's a lot of people who are coming in saying, hey, when is this going to come in stock? I'm like, it's not going to come in stock because it's sold out on pre-orders. And I don't know. I think that's going to be the message for most of 2024. But I mean, we're already halfway done for 2024. So whatever. If you didn't learn that by now, use this as my official, put your pre-orders in for things you really want. Like, if you really want it, I highly recommend pre-ordering because a lot of the hot pre-orders are just selling out, and it doesn't look like we're going to get more supply, so it seems like, you know, pre-orders is the best way to go forward on that. Or, you know, you can risk it. We just had SDC, which was really cool. SDC, we got like this. I ordered 120 of Batman and Ace Dog, and they're giving me, I don't know, 18. So I guess SCC exclusives are also part of the allocated stuff. And by allocated, I mean stuff that, you know, we order a bunch and we're not going to get it. So, although, I guess, you know what? This video is sponsored, you know, what are we? 10 minutes into this video, I'm going to say the sponsor is, you know, me, Amir from Toy Snowman. Because I need to shill this out. Also, a reissue, and it's hard, but more importantly, reissue. I like, oh yeah, let me order, you know, 36 of this, because that's how many I needed. And this was before allocations were happening. So I'm like, yeah, I'll order 36. That'll be a good number. And we call this the Nerdzoic Special. I ordered 36 cases rather than 36 units. So thankfully, I got allocated. So they cut me short, And instead of 36 cases, I'm stuck with 120 units of Kingpin. So if you want to buy this now would be the time from our sponsor, ToySnowman.com. Oh god, yeah, I have 120 Kingpins. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've only put up for pre-order 36, and well, we'll figure it out later. Maybe that one will go in the Toy Snowman clearance. Who knows? I hope not. I mean, it's Kingpin, right? It's popular. People really want it, so.
Could be a problem. Problems. Just opportunities that haven't presented themselves.
We'll go along. Next thing. Yeah, I need to go back because my original topic, I don't know, sometimes I do this video, I'm like, I just need to put a video up today, so let me put a video. Yeah, so my train of thought was Hasbro has they're learning collector preferences, and well, yeah, it's the hard plastics, and even I, as a retailer, have seen just by telling them by the boxes and then the packages that's coming in. So I don't know, I feel like this is also not getting a lot of news out there in the YouTube's world, and I like even the G.I. Joes, like look at this, it's smaller, which yay for me because it's cheaper to ship, but it's harder plastic, so yay for collector because collectors like plastic and we like it hard. How many times am I gonna say we like it hard? Oh god,
it doesn't matter.
it's 99% guys out here, so it's a giant sausage fest. So you know what, Google Analytics actually says it's 100% guys, and my girlfriend pretends she watches it, but clearly Google does not agree with that. Anyway, so Optimus Prime, look at that, there's so many. Look at this 7-year-old rerun, and they're just throwing it out there. By the way, there's also like the new Optimus Prime, so I don't know, I don't think I've ever like talked in the Mcfarlane corner, so I kind of. But Mcfarlane is a bit weird because they have like, I don't know, I think this is new, because I mean I did have a divorce with Mcfarlane and we're back together, but like they're releasing chases of figures without a regular version, so they're just mono chase, like I don't know, this Casey Jones looking guy, Casey Jones from Wish, I guess, Sportsmaster, I mean, cool looking figure, obviously looks like Casey Jones. I mean, I'm not sure what the trademark is, whatever, I mean, but yeah, like I don't think there's a regular version of this, and it's the Platinum Edition, and yeah, they're just releasing it like as a chase, but without the chase copy, so we just have them all in chases, which is a bit, I don't understand it fully, but chase it's like, I don't know, like, all right, this one there's a normal version, but I don't know, McFarlane's been really like burning on all cylinders, although McFarlane, I think they're overdoing the whole Batmobile thing, because I think we have like 4 Batmobiles coming up, and it's like, I don't know, it's a lot of Batmobiles. I know one's exclusive to Amazon, one's exclusive to Walmart, one's exclusive to my taco stand. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll get it all, and we'll figure something out. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, so what I've learned, or I don't know, I did talk about this in my earlier videos. Like I said, like this year's a bit of a weird. It's a weird year. It's a weird year because a lot of the companies have cut back on their production runs and their quantities which they're producing, because the whole 2023 2024 inflation, and people are like suffering, and some people are not suffering, but then it's like, oh, things are going to clearance, so we're not going to buy it, and then it's like, okay, we're going to produce less of it because it's going to clearance, and that causes more people to not buy it somehow. And well, they decided, okay, so this year we're just going for the sure hits, and what's the best way to get sure hit? Make 4 reruns of Optimus Prime, and they're all nice, yeah, by sure, but then it's like, okay, we're getting 4 reruns of Optimus Prime and the 86 movie Optimus Prime, which is also like another going to be an awesome, that, by the way, it's going to be an awesome Optimus Prime, and it's going to be even more impossible to get we're sold out. We are sold out. I ordered 400. I put 100 on pre-order, 100 pre-order sold out. I'm hoping to receive 150-ish of them. I ordered it from 2 different distributors, Hasbro and Diamond, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's like, okay, there's 5 Optimus Prime in the span of 1 year. Like that's Prime Day right there. That's Prime Year. I don't know. I also always like tell my friends at Hasbro, I like, for Prime Day, you should have like an Optimus Prime, like the dead, the dead Optimus Prime, the dead Prime or whatever they want to call it, and like that, because Optimus Prime died on Prime Day. This is like, it's like a free advertisement. You gotta do it. If it ever happens, Jeff Bezos, you're welcome. Stop taking my lunch, man. But anyways, I don't know. This is just a talk, guys. We're halfway done the video. We're at the end of the video. No, we're probably halfway through the video, but I don't know. I just enjoy talking sometimes because I'm always told to shut up. Go ahead. So a lot of companies like, okay, what's our sure bet? Well, we're gonna go for like main characters. So like that's why this year we ended up with 5 versions of Optimus Prime, even the new version, the 86 Optimus Prime, which will be amazing, right? So we have that coming up. And then they're like, okay, so we're not going to release many characters, but we're going to release a sure character. So that's why we have Captain Rex issue and most of the clone commanders. And then we have, the Batmobile and Batmobile and a bunch of Batmans. So this is like 2024 is the year of like just reissues because somebody want to be safe, and they want to see, and they're locating things. So then they don't want to see nothing in clearance. And I can tell you, the clearance sheets are quite small because every time I'm like, manufacturer would usually give me a list and say, hey, these are things that we'll put on clearance. Do you want some? And we had to bid for it. And it's like, oh, okay. And this year it's like nothing. I'm just like, oh, wow, there's like 10 SKUs and like all of them are like different variants of, I don't know, Roadblock or, those other popular characters. All right. So the truth is, I think 2024 has been a great year for us. And obviously, with just doing banger hits of your best Optimus Prime, your best Spider-Mans, Batmans, and Stormtroopers. Right now, I think that the big companies are finally like saying, hey, you know what? It's not Timmy from preschool that's pre-ordering Galactus and $2,000 Transformer toys. No, it's actually Timmy's dad. So they're kind of now adjusting their products to target Timmy's dad. And they know Timmy's dad likes it hard. And, we like these main characters. And so then they're like, okay, they're trying to, aim, because like honestly, like G.I. Joes, there's not many kids born, 2000s and upwards, in the year 2000. If you're born in 2000, you're 27 now. But I just aged myself, huh? If you're born in 2000, you probably don't watch G.I. Joes, but G.I. Joes is one of the best-selling Hasbro lines to date, and I'll tell you that, like from my data, yeah, Hasbro is one of the best-selling. From Hasbro, G.I. Joe is one of the best-selling lines, and that's, saying a lot, because, they also have Marvel Legends and Transformers, which are heavy hitters, and they're evergreen product lines, but G.I. Joe's just, like, came out of nowhere, and I'm pretty sure G.I. Joe's is all adult collector. There's very few little kids getting into, wanting Snake Eyes and Duke and Scarlet. And Cobra Commander is just cool, I think, in everybody's opinion, right? Because, he's a good employer, pays people rights, and, really, like, health insurance. Like, really, honestly, the Joes should move over to the Cobra Squad, because Cobra Troopers, they are treated right. I mean, if you watch that episode where it's like, the G.I. Joes thought, okay, I'm not going to explain a whole episode of G.I. Joes, but essentially, the Joes are scared that the Vipers are coming, and they're like, who are the Vipers? And they end up going to like Cobra Island, and they just see regular Cobra Troopers, but they have a cafeteria, the Destro cafeteria, and like the health insurance and all these like great benefits, and they're like, oh, no wonder like they want to work for the evil guy because he's providing all this good stuff for them. Anyway, it's a deep episode, really. Unlike here I'm a dictator, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, I don't know if this trend will continue into 2025. Well, just reruns of the best hit. I know there's a few more reruns that they probably want to touch, so maybe into the middle of 2025 we'll still be getting these really great reruns. And I think if you're a collector or a new collector and you want to hit it, now it's a great chance, because you can get all your holy grail. So I wanted to be sure that we all understood, or at least like I want to make sure that from my point of view is I think this is going to keep on happening until middle of 2025. I think after then there might be a bit of a fatigue, and they want to also release new figures, because I've been told, because we have to do our pre-orders in advance, and I'm looking at some of the newer pre-orders for 2025, and I think 2025 is going to be a more generous year in types of releases, because we're going to get a bunch of new releases. The big thing is like movie wise this year, I think for like medias, like we had the X-Men and the animated show, and it was a super hit. And so every X-Men ever is like sold out and 3 times the price. So that was obviously a great hit. And the media for Deadpool and Wolverine is obviously like amazing, extremely sold out everywhere. And when you think about it, like there wasn't many choices for this year. So, but 2025 because it was all because of the movie strike in 2023 or 2022. You know, the whole writer's strike. So now that that's kind of cleared up. I don't know if it's cleared up. Somebody write in the don't write in the comments. The comments shit show. I think now for the future it's going to be a bit different, because we're going to have some good media and some new movies and new shows. They're going to have products to produce for those shows, and so we'll have more options finally. Of it doesn't have to be the holy grail, but it'll be movie related or TV show related. And they should do well because there'll be a good, media behind it. Because 2024 and 2023, there wasn't much to watch out there. And so it kind of hurt the whole, production of products because, a lot of this is produced by, Godzilla sells really well when there's a Godzilla movie out. When there's no Godzilla movie, sales kind of, level off a bit. So, that's just how it is. Wolverine and Deadpool are, they're great. But they didn't sell like crazy hotcakes until the movie came out. When the movie came out, on that day, all the pre-orders of anything with Deadpool or Wolverine just sold out, and that's how it works, right? Same thing with the 86 X-Men. So hopefully 2025 we'll get a bit more variety. I think from what I'm seeing, we are getting more variety. Also exclusives, I'm seeing a lot more exclusives show up to us. It's weird here. I mean, here we're being thrown exclusives left and right like a girl in a sausage party, right? So it's nice that we're getting so many exclusives to the fan channel. Well, I mean, I'm very grateful for every exclusive that we get, but there's a lot of them coming up. So I'm not sure where this line is, if they're gonna keep pushing up the exclusive lineup, because like I don't know, this was a SDC exclusive, right? But it's like I'm not an SDC, and this was open to all fan channels, so it's not really an exclusive, but they're calling it an SDC exclusive. But it's like it was available everywhere. I'm pretty sure it's still available everywhere. I don't know. I think they're just putting the word exclusive on a lot of things. Not sure if that's what we're going to be having more for the future, but at least that's what I'm thinking right now. That we're going to get lots of exclusives, a lot more different properties getting products and toys, so different shows, different movies, targeting of adult collectors finally, so they're understanding our needs, right? Window, hardness. I mean, it's a good time to be a collector right now because you're getting the reissues of figures you want. They're coming in mint boxes now finally, so like I received like 40 of these and all 40 were perfectly fine. So I was like, back then Star Wars figures were, oh my god, I could not explain. I think my first box opening I showed, it's like, here's a box of 8. All 8 have crumples. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I ordered another box of 8 because one guy wanted a really minty box and I couldn't provide one because I bought a whole case and it was not suitable. So now that we're at the actual end of the video, so I just want to summarize. Like, I just want to give props to the the manufacturer Hasbro and all the other creators, Mcfarlane, who are really trying to make the collectibles nice and collectibles for adults. Because making the boxes with plastic, hard, and they're printing characters that we want, and they're doing reissues of characters that we really wanted for the longest time, and we're buying them and they're selling out, so it's definitely a positive sign. So I think Hasbro and all the manufacturers are gonna be like, oh, they like the reissues of certain characters. We're not overdoing it, so then the collectors of the past are not like upset or like, it's like at the end of the day, you want your collection to have some value. If they all become on clearance and worth nothing, even you as somebody who wants everything, kind of don't want things to be that cheap, right? Because it's like, oh, it's just a clearance item. It's like it removes the value of the item that you want, right? So you don't want everything you own to be valueless. You want it to have a nice little value. And also us stores, we want to carry the product, and if we're carrying product and we just want to throw it out because before it goes on clearance, that's not a good sign or a healthy market. So I really feel that 2024 was a healthy market for the toy industry. Me as a toy retailer, we've been super happy. Like, yeah, it sucks that we're selling out on certain items, but I can't, at the same time say, oh, I wish I can get more, and obviously I say wish I could get more, but I cannot say, oh, give me more, and if they give me more, and it's like, if they do that to everybody, then it just goes straight to clearance, and then it's like, I don't want more. It's really tough line, right? You wanna, you gotta be they gotta be parents to us, stores too, right? Where they gotta tell us, no, we can't give you any more exclusives, because, nobody wants the exclusive that's available everywhere. So it's like, it's a fine line that they have to do, and I think they're walking it really correctly for 2024 and 2025. So, I don't know, that's, I guess, I'm not sure. This was my story, I guess, my congratulations. You guys are not retired. You guys are learning. So, it's great. Otherwise, stay frosty. Toy collectors, we like it hard.